Hey YouTube, JT here. This is my tribute to Michael D. Echanis. Mainly because I got this book. It's a reprint of 3 books that he finished, 3 out of 11. To me, this is the Bible for close quarters combat and knife combatants. I mean, the guy's a legend in martial arts, and his contribution to the training of the military and special forces. All right, if you're an old dog like me, you might have seen him in articles in old black belt magazines and Soldier of Fortune. He's been in current, black belt tactical knife magazines, mainly due to the research of Michael Janitz. He's a developer of martial blade concepts, also Black Belt's 2010 Weapon Instructor of the Year. He's doing research on this here, Spyderco's new warrior knife. And he's putting together this booklet for them, The Warrior Path, History and Evolution, and the Purpose of the Warrior Knife. See, the booklet's supposed to come with your purchase of the knife, but the knife was shipped out before this thing was done printing. So I had a card from Spyderco in there saying to, once I got the knife, send the card to them in an envelope, and then they'll mail me the book when it's finished. Right, so Michael Janitz goes back to the Vietnam War in 1970s. He's part of the 75th Ranger Battalion. And one, I guess you could call it a turning point in his life, was while traveling in a truck on Anki Pass. They're going around a turn. They come under heavy enemy fire, surprise attack. And he responds immediately with his M16, returns fire. He gets hit in his left foot, reloads, continue to return fire. He gets some shrapnel in the head, and he's still laying down effective fire against the enemy. Hits it in the right foot, AK-47 round lodges in his calf, and according to the article, he gets hit a 4th time, but his effort suppresses the attack, allowing him and his crew to escape. When he gets back to the States, the prognosis is he's not going to walk again. He proves the doctors wrong by making a 100% recovery, and returns to one of his passions, which is martial arts. And I saw, this article in there. Oh, before I forget, he got the bronze star with V for his actions that day. But this article in this is the March 2011 issue of Black Belt, had this in there that mentioned this book from Black Belt magazine for $29.95. It's, like I said, a reprint of these 3 books here. 1, 2, 3. His 3rd book was known as the Black Book, was only available for a limited time, and original copies are rare. So this is a reprint, a reproduction of all 3 books. And one thing I found interesting, so this is from the original printing from O'Hara Publications, 1977. Due to the sensitive nature of the material contained in the original editions, this book is available only in limited editions to certified or recognized instructors. It is not available to the general public on the open market. Because these manuals and his training was, for the special forces, airborne rangers, UDT, SEALs, force recon, commando personnel, stuff like that. So to me, this is a great find. He and a friend, Charles Sanders, former Green Beret, couldn't find the realistic training that they wanted in Oregon. So they ventured out to California and basically just terrorized the West Coast. I mean, they'll show up at martial art contests and then challenge anybody to full contact fights and just demolishing their opponents. One dojo, a Taekwondo instructor, wrote him a letter of introduction to the Grandmaster of Hwarang-do, Korean martial art, Ju Bang Lee. So he received personal instructions from the Grandmaster, as well as was assigned an instructor, Randy Warner. And he's responsible for 80% of that development of the warrior knife. Bob Taylor was his partner. The one contribution that Echanis did make to the knife's development, and this is my Hobbit warrior. This is what maybe half the size of the original warrior, because the warrior knife was a big knife. His students wanted a smaller knife, fixed blade that they could carry, and this was developed. But the one contribution that Echanis did make to the development of the knife was the serrations on the back of the blade, making the knife more deadly. So the smaller version is called the Hobbit Warrior, because Bob Taylor was known as a Hobbit from Hell. He was also rumored to be working for the CIA. In the late 70s, he did go down to Nicaragua. Let's see here. He worked for General Anastasio Somoza Debayle, president of Nicaragua. He used to train his elite bodyguards and counter-terrorist commando unit called the Black Berets. He also served as a military advisor and ultimately led counter-insurgency operations against the Marcos Sandinista. He became a target for assassination. I mean, with that mustache and then riding around with the secret police, he wasn't hard to find. He was it September 78? He was in a helicopter with his buddy Charles Sanders, Vietnamese mercenary Bobby Nguyen, and the aircraft was piloted by Brigadier General Jose Ivan Alegret Perez. A bomb exploded, and then they crashed into Lake Nicaragua. So what does all this mean to you? And some people would scoff at learning from a book, but I emphasize knowledge is power. You study these diagrams, these techniques, and then you train. You pick up a training knife or a screamer stick, and you're going to either train like you're shadow boxing or against a heavy bag or those blue heavy dummies. But the best is when you have a training partner who can react and counterattack, or give you some actual a fighting partner to develop your skills. And that's going to only help you in case you're ever attacked. Because you're going to react the way you train. And if you have no training, what knowledge are you going to draw upon? Right? If you never heard of Michael D. Echanis, This is a good read and good martial arts information. I mean, you know how sometimes you look for a book or DVD, and I mentioned it before, you buy it and you're just disappointed because it doesn't tell you anything new or anything you don't know. If this is the only book you buy on the subject of close quarters combat, knife combatives, hand-to-hand combat, that's money well spent. Alright? Watch your six, guys. JT out.